emotional damage.
What are you doing in my swamp?
I got you, homie.
Virgo, how you doing? Let me just make sure the audio's recording. Yes, Jeremy, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine. But I've got to go. I've got to go and just get out. I really need to get out and just go somewhere. I just feel like I'm lost. Virgo, I feel like I'm lost and I've got nowhere to go. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want someone else I could be drinking. I've had a little drink about an hour ago and it's gone right to my head.
Excuse me.
So, yeah, someone could also be drinking, but I've got to go. I've got to get out. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm sick to death of being stuck in this house, and I just want to get out, and I can't, and I'm stuck. Life path 3, Pisces maybe, and I'm stuck in a circumstance that I don't want to be in, and I've really got to get out.
We at WBEU have one question. Wine, women, and song. Where do we sign up?
It feels like that you're probably at home quite a lot, Virgo. And like I'm just always at home and I just really need to get some fresh air and just let my wings go and just drink some Red Bull. Cheers, Nige. Like, it's kind of like I just really got to get out and I've got to find some energy somehow. And how do I find energy? By staying in? Or do I literally make a connection with someone? Or do I just go out on my own and be on my own? Okay, some of you, if you're questioning should you be on your own, you might actually be with someone. And the question is, dear Watson, should I actually be on my own? Because it feels like that I'm on my own with a person. So if I'm at home like Macaulay Culkin on my own, then should I really just forget the circumstances that I'm in and just actually be alone? Because if I'm in a now and again, Jen, Julian, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, if I'm in a now and again circumstance that's just kind of like pop in, pop out, you know, whoops, everything fell into you, right? Then, like, what do I do? Is that what I want? Is that really, really what I want, Mel C? So anybody's got M or C, Emily, Melissa, Maria, Michael Jackson, Julian, Justin, or C, or from Mexico, or Tesco, or yeehaw, go, wow. But, like, what do I do? Okay, now, if you are on your own, then there might be this energy of like, I don't really want to be alone. Okay, I think I'm alone now. It doesn't seem to be anyone around. It's like, well, if I look over here, probably 2 of Wands, Libra maybe. But like, if I look over here, there isn't anyone. And if I look over here, there isn't anyone. Is there anybody over there at afar? It's like, if I get some binoculars and start spying on someone, I might realize that there's probably someone right over there. But you might have to travel or move to be there.
Man, people just need to wake the fuck up. This is 1959. Time to face the truth.
Emotional damage.
I got you, homie.
So for some of you, you might be actually wanting to move and you're like, you know what? I'd actually really like to live somewhere else in a place like this, through the keyhole. Okay, so like I'm looking at apartments and I'm looking at houses and I'm looking at development and all of this sort of stuff. And I'm looking at where would I want to be in 10 years' time? What's my goal? What is my plan? You know, do I want to be stuck in a house like this or do I want to progress further in life? And if I do, I'm going to have to start taking some risks and chances and save some money. So it's kind of like that, like saving for a rainy day, if you like, Colin or Day. But like, I'm going to have to save for a rainy day. Some of you could be Rachel Collier, Rachel, Rashad Evans, Baratina. But like Rachel Collier, she's from... Wales, you could be from Wales or New Wales or New Hampton. I'm also hearing New Guinea, New Hampton, New England is also what I'm hearing. Maybe someone that lives in England. Or you might want to move to England or something like that. Or like, if you just move closer, move your body real close until we... So, I don't, excuse me. So, I don't know. It feels like this, like... If someone was to say, Virgo, you're right, and you're like, not really. You're like, what's the matter? And you're like, don't know. You're like, what's the matter with you? And you're like, I don't really know, to be honest with you. Like, I just don't know what's wrong with me. I can't put my finger on what's wrong. Like, so, I mean, what are you testing out pudding? And like, oh, I put my finger in there and I don't know. And it's like, that's a little bit cold. Well, that's a little bit warm. And I do a taste test around food. You could be like interested in foods and like, I'm going to test my food out. Okay. Or like, go out for a night and just test some different food or something like that? Or is it where you're thinking, is it what I'm eating or drinking? That, because the thing is pick up someone that might be slightly sloshed, where it's kind of like, is drinking affecting my life? Is what I'm eating affecting my life? And is it making me do something or feel a certain way because of what I'm eating and drinking? Is it making me moody?
What's your name, bitch? Man, trying to figure shit. Look, well, you know, I'm tired of listening to all this shit, okay? I mean, so much stuff coming around. I mean, goddamn.
Like, am I stopping smoking and I'm getting angry because I'm stopping smoking? Or something like that. Like, is it alcohol consumption that I've got that's making me make stupid decisions? And it's like this analysing. I mean, Virgos, I've got it 3 times in my chart, Virgo, so I know exactly what you're like and what I'm like. It's like analysing a situation and looking for that one answer that I need to do loads of research on to try and find out what the answer is that might be wrong with me. But hopefully you're not psychoanalyzing someone else. Because if you're psychoanalyzing another person, then stop doing that. Because that came up in another reading where 3 or 4 9s came up. And I think that was in the other reading that I've done today. Sorry if I'm late. It's because I've had 3 or 4 personal readings today and I'm kind of slightly behind. Who did I do? Scorpio. So Scorpio, Aries, life path 4. Virgo, life path 9. Okay, so it came up in that where I'm psychoanalyzing another person and I'm looking at faults. I'm picking fault at myself and I'm looking for that one next perfect thing where I'm not perfect. So I've got to admit my flaws and stop looking at the one thing that I don't like about myself. But if you're doing that to another person thinking, okay, there's got to be something wrong with this other person and I've got to find out what it is that's wrong with this person that doesn't want me or doesn't want me around, and what is it that's wrong with them that stops them wanting me. No, don't psychoanalyze someone else. Okay, because that's not good. That's always thinking, well, I'm not at fault and someone else is, and that's always the problem, is the fact that I've got a problem at the one thing that they don't do. Don't do that. Okay, just anybody, cross-watchers or whatever. Normally when you pick fault at someone, you think, oh, okay, well, there's, I don't really like that about you. You kind of like, what's wrong with you? And you're like, nothing. And you're like, there is this, like, because you're not acting right, you're not feeling right. You're like, are you okay? And you're like, yeah. You're like, are you sure you're okay? Because you're not. It's like, there's got to be something wrong with you. Don't do that, man, because that's like gaslighting someone, right? So unless you are being gaslit, right? But like, looking at the problems that are here within your energy before I start your tarot, it's about not looking at other people that are the problem, and it's like turning it inwardly on myself and think, you know what, is it about time that I start admitting my own flaws, that I am not perfect myself? If you are looking at, if Steph, Jeff, Steve or Sarah, but like if you're a person that looks at other people to think, okay, what's wrong with them? Okay, don't do that. Okay, don't do that, because the other person's not going to appreciate it, because you're psychoanalyzing another, right? Now, if that's being done to you, then obviously the other person needs to stop doing that, right? But like, there seems to be this psychoanalyzing my psychology, okay? Playing a mind game on someone. You or the other person, I don't care who, y'all just figure it out between yourselves, but the energy seems to be of psychoanalyzing someone that could actually be a fucking psychopath, and I'm trying to figure out their patterns of being a psycho. There's no point getting into someone else's mind. Okay, so it's kind of like I need to start maybe looking at myself and thinking, okay, what is my fucking problem then? Because if I've always got a problem with someone, okay, and they don't never seem to solve it, it might be the fact that it could well be me, that I have a problem. Right? It's about self-admittance. Okay, if you're with someone and you have gone through this, well, I might as well be alone because they're never with me, then what you have to look at is why do I feel like they always have to? Why do I always pick fault at why they're not with me? Why do I always feel alone now? Because I feel alone, independent, codependent. 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Sometimes I feel confused and don't know whether I'm single or not, because you're doing a 9. If you've got loads of 9s that run through your chart, and at times you feel lost, and at times you feel independent, and I feel really good, and then I feel really down, and now I feel like things are really not progressing any forward, and I don't know the way forward, because there's one thing that's missing out of the perfect lifestyle that I need, well then stop looking at the needs and the wants, okay? Because it's 9. It is a complex energy of Virgo. The complexities of life is Baloo. Okay, so it's like the complex energy is it the other person, Or is it about time that I start looking inwardly on my own, being maybe on my own? Or if I do want this person in my life, would there or is there a chance that there might be something that is going on with me? Because it's so important to know. If I have a problem always with someone and I'm pointing fault and blame at someone else for not being perfect, then I have to look at myself and think, well, what is perfect then? What is that perfect lifestyle with this person that I have? Ask yourself that. Are they actually a really decent fucking person? Or are they a complete waste of fucking time? You know? Because sometimes people can analyze people that are perfect, and on paper they're actually really good. Okay, but I'm still not satisfied with that because I'm looking for more. The one thing that always is missing out of a 9 energy, the perfect condition of life. Baloo. Look for the bare necessities, the simple. So I'm looking for the bare necessities. So some of you might be skimping the barrel and you're living day to day, where I'm just living on the basic necessities. If I don't really need it, do I really buy it? Okay. Do I really think it's happening? Do I really buy this and this absolute load of bullshit? Sagittarius, Taurus, Life Path 5. Right? But do I really need to be in a relationship? Do I really need to buy this thing? Do I really need to do that? Okay. Am I living day to day on bare necessities? Do I need to go and do a whole weekly shop and then throw everything out because I haven't eaten it? You know, okay, so there might be an eating disorder or something that's going on, because Spirit keeps telling me that there is something here that is wrong internally with your energy, that there might be like an eating disorder, or like something that I'm eating or something that I'm not eating, or like a supplement deficiency of something, a fish, maybe a Pisces, but like deficient in something. Is it because I'm having a load of sugar and that I feel terrible? Is it because I'm drinking? Is it because I'm not drinking enough water? It's like this energy of like the bare necessities I'm living, but I can't afford to eat, right? Or am I drinking too much and not being able to eat? I don't know. There's something here that Spirit is saying, look more towards yourself than someone else, okay? Of what it is that you might need to change about yourself, okay, to be able to compromise if that's what you're looking to do. Because it could be something that is of chemistry, like it could be bipolar, could be ADHD, okay, where it isn't mixing very well with what you're eating or drinking, or like ADHD doesn't mix well in a relationship because their body clock or chemistry doesn't work the same as other people, so it's not actually their fault. Okay, but like then can it be like, okay, I'm seeking attention from a person that has ADD, and how can I keep seeking attention from someone that never gives me it? So what makes me feel like I'm bad? Is it really because they have ADD, or is it because I am like picking myself apart and faults because I think that I'm so on and so forth, right? What do they call that? Picking myself apart because I have hang-ups about myself, right? That really, is it because they're not showing me any signs of love or interest, that they're not giving me any attention? Or is it because they're not giving me any attention and I think that something is wrong with me because I don't like the way that I look? I'm worried about my hips, bips, tips, or whatever, okay, or my hair. Do I feel good enough? Do I look good enough? Why is this person not attracted to me? Okay, now is that ADD? Is that attention deficit disorder? Or is that something that you need to look at in order to think, well, there's actually nothing wrong with me or the person. It's just that, you know, it's one of those messages that really seems to be here. Oh, just give me a second. I'm just going to have to put on my... there might be a vibration in the back there, but we went over that in the last one. It's not a vibration. It's not a vibrator. It's an air conditioner. Okay, so someone might be blowing on something here. But it's very hot in the UK at the moment, Virgo. So let's see. So for Virgo or Life Path 9s, apart from those messages, or are they still here, of what is coming up for them for July 2023, Elijah. So, the world, Pisces, Life Path 3, travelling. I really want to get out. I really want to go out and I want to travel and I want to explore. Okay. Now, this might be where you're communicating with someone overseas. okay, where they don't live in the same country, village, or town. You would have to travel to it, or you would have to talk via British Telecom or telecommunications, text messaging, speaking, talking on a world wide web. Okay, like dating maybe, or speaking maybe, or talking. Okay, job or connection, right? But it's making connections with people online. Okay, how do I make more of a connection with people online? Do I work online? Does this person work online? Okay, so a Leo energy here. Okay, but like this is a never-ending cycle. It's the dragon, tracing the dragon. Is someone taking heroin here? Okay, that's normally chasing the dragon, right? But chasing the dragon's tail, going around and around and around and around and around and around, doing the same old thing, doing the same old way, the same. Realizing that, hold on a minute. So if I'm in this circumstance with this person, should I know by now? If you don't know me by now, you will never, ever, ever try to know me. Ooh, oh. So if I don't know this person well enough now that they are not going to change, and that I haven't either, then what does that show you? That people do not change.
Everything changes but you. You're 1,000 miles apart, but you know I love you, Gemini. We say goodbye. The life of 7 or Cancerian is waiting.
Now don't you cry, just one more kiss before I have to go. Oh girl, I know the situation's changed. But it hasn't changed. The situation has not changed. People don't. But as the scenario changed, where it's now down to another person. Okay. But there might be thoughts of like nostalgia, wanting to get out, wanting to travel, wanting to go on a car, a plane, a train, anything, automobile. But I really just feel like I want to get out. Okay. And I really want to feel like I want to get out of this cycle, but I can't because I'm locked in. Okay. So let's see. Virgo. What's coming up for me, Virgos, for July, please? Should I lie or should I tell the truth? Or there's the truth or lies. Dare. So, I don't know. I'm hearing Darren or Erin or Aaron or even Aaron Neville. Look at those eyes. They don't seem to matter. But I don't know much, but I know I love you. That may be all there is to know. So do you know that I love you? Do you know that this person loves you or not? Are they telling the truth or are they not? Does he love me? Does he love me not? Does he want to be with me or does he be not? There is a not here, a Pisces, a life path 3, or 2 of them or 3 of them. I don't really know. But like, does he love me or does he not? Does he want to be with me or does he not? Is he going to speak to me or is he not? Was he busy or is he not? Is he busy? Should I reach out to him? I don't know. Is he busy? Is he going to be doing something? Is he working? Is he doing tarot card? It could even be me. But like, is he busy or is he not? Can I reach out or should I say something or not? Is he working? Is he not working? What time does he finish work? What time does she finish work? I don't really know. Are they there? How am I going to know if I don't reach out and say anything? Well, what's he doing? Well, he's working. Do I know that? No. So is this what the argument is about? Well, I'm not going to bother even reaching out because they're working. Well, they told me not to reach out because they're working. Okay? But I keep hearing that, like, is he working or is he not working? Is this going to work out or not? I don't know if he's busy or not. Should I really reach out and bother him or should I not really bother him or her? You know, I don't quite know what they're doing. Should I really reach out and say anything? Because I don't want to interrupt them. So I don't know whether I should or not. Like, I really don't know what to do. Like, I'm just kind of stuck here thinking about someone, thinking, well, I could reach out if I wanted to, but if I do, then am I going to interrupt them? And I don't really want to do that. So I'm really none the wiser and I don't really know what to do. It's as plain as it says on the tin, Virgo. Someone's confused of knowing what to do. I don't know if I'm interrupting you or whether I'm coming in between you maybe being with someone else. You know, if I was to reach out to you, am I going to be coming in between you and the third party? So it's kind of like, well, I don't know whether to reach out or ask or say anything or not, because if I do, am I going to be the one that has to come in between all of this here? This is like a fight, like a ring, right? Do I, like, ring them up and call them? But am I going to be bothered? Like, am I bothering them? Am I bothering you? Like, I just don't know whether I should reach out and say anything or not, because if I do and they are involved with someone, then I don't want to reach out to them because they're with their husband or their wife, and like, you know, and if they are with a husband or a wife and I reach out and say something, then are they going to be around their boyfriend or girlfriend if I was to do that? So I don't quite know. Like, are they single? Are they available? But I still don't know unless I ask. Now, is this you or the other person, or is there an actual third party here and someone is with someone? And this is more of a like, well, I can't say anything and I can't do anything, because if I do, I might ring up when she's there or he's there, and then she might answer the phone. So I have to hide it from this person because I might already be in a relationship. It's kind of like that. That's kind of what I'm picking up here. Take that, Robbie. So like Robbie, Rachel, Rashad, Evans, Barry, Tina, Tyler, Tarot. Let's see. CC. 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 Let's see. Virgo, what's going on with Virgo, please? For July. So, Six of Pentacles, Gemini, Capricorn, very caring, very giving, single energy. So someone is single here. I told you there's this 9 energy of like, well, I don't know if I want a relationship or whether I should just be single, or am I actually connecting with someone, but we don't seem to be on the same path because I feel single whether I'm in a commitment or not. I just feel like a single woman, or I actually am a single woman. But I do have someone here, but I don't. It's kind of like that, well, I've kind of got a connection and I know that they would care about me and that they love me, and I know that. But I still don't know whether I just want to remain single and be on my own here. It's kind of like that, Virgo, the kind of what I'm picking up at the moment. There's no shame in being single. Virgo, what's going on with Virgo, please, for July? So, 5 of Wands, you see, there's conflict on the horizon. So it's kind of like that. I really don't know if I can be bothered to just keep going through all this fucking shit anymore. Like, every time I try, do I fail? Like, every time I try and say to you, look, you know, in this commitment that I've got, I feel like I'm single. I feel like that you don't listen. But you keep starting fucking arguments. You're always sabotaging them. No, I'm not. So yes, you are. You don't never attend to my need. Yeah, but you're a 9. You do need attention and you do need equality. Because one minute you're a 9 of Pentacles, and then the next minute you're a 9 of Wands, and then a 9 of Swords, and then a 9 of Pentacles. Like, you know, it can be that kind of like, well, you know, you want the life of luxury and you want the life of Riley, but I can't keep providing that for you. You're going to have to do that yourself. Because it can be like, well, I like to be lavished and looked after and treated and took out, and roses and flowers and kissed and smothered. And, like, I want you to ring me every single day, and, you know, I want all this loving energy to come towards me. But then, like, when I do get that, like, you don't respect me for wanting it all and thinking, well, it's draining the fuck out of me, sweetheart. I can't keep doing it. It's like, when are you going to put in some effort? You know, that's how it kind of feels within your reading here. Because the 5 of Wands is like, fuck's sake, like, you know, if I get involved with someone, is there going to be any arguments if I get involved with someone again? Do I really want to go through all of this again? Like, if I'm kind of got a connection with someone and I allow them back into my life and I've just got used to being single again, do I have to give up the things of what I've got when I'm single? Yeah, pretty much. Because some people can spend so long actually being single that they're used to being single. And then when they meet someone, they have to squeeze that person into their life. Well, their schedule of life, you know. It has to, like, merge in with, like, okay, what time are you available? What time are you available? When do you finish work? When do you finish work, you know? And what time can we talk? And what time are you ready? And what time are you not ready? And all of those kind of things are kind of like, like, the thought of it is just like, I want a connection, but every connection I find, there's arguments that are arising about me being single and that I might have competition. There might be a lot of people around me where I'm saying, well, you know, man, you better buck up your ideas because I've got other options. And you're kind of like, well, there's no need to throw that in my fucking face. If you've got options, then fucking go there. Sorry, but as a guy, Virgo, I would say that. If a woman said that to me and said, well, you better start bucking up your ideas because I'm soon off with another man, I'd be like, choose the other fucking man, sweetheart. You go that way. Look, that's me. But, like, I don't know. Here is this, like, single sabotaged energy. Now, how can you sabotage a commitment that you're not even in? How can you sabotage it? So you must have some kind of connection that is present that seems to keep sabotaging itself by conflict every time that we talk. This could be where you're not talking. But this could be when you talk, you're like, oh, for fuck, here we fucking go again, Tommy. I can't, I'm filling up. I can't cope. I can't, Tommy. It's like every time do I start speaking to them, they start flipping off at me. It's like, well, I can't help it. It's like, well, stop it. No, yes, no. Like, oh, fuck, I'm better off being single. Well, fucking be single then. Go on. Right? But it's like that. It's like, you know, every time I have someone in my life, I'm arguments. When I'm on my own, I actually feel good. But I actually still want a connection. Actually, see, life isn't perfect, Virgo. Life isn't perfect. Now, obviously, if you're in violent circumstances and someone's beating someone up, then never stay in those, right? But if these are petty little arguments, right, very minor card, can't get much minor than a 5, but it's also an extremely major one as well. Okay, so it depends on the argument. But it can be over very petty little stupid things that you're kind of like, well, I'd rather be single. What do you think it's like in a relationship? We're supposed to argue. No, we're not supposed to argue in a relationship. What makes you think that? Right? Well, I'm a 9. Okay, I'm looking for what? Why do you all think that I look for an argument? Well, you keep fucking causing one. Right? See what I'm saying? 9 is looking for what? The one pentacle that's missing. It's looking for that one. I'm looking for the one, and I've got the one, and they might be perfect, but I'm looking for a flaw. I'm looking for a negative thing about them. I'm always looking towards that, well, they're not perfect. Right? I'm looking for perfection. I'm looking for life to be full of ummy-gummies and bears and roses. Okay, so what's missing in my relationship? The fact that I feel that you're never present, that you never want to know. But if you're arguing a lot, then what do you expect? It's because what this looks like here is what I'm looking for is an argument. You're like, I'm not looking for an argument. Well, why do you keep looking for a flaw? Why do you keep looking for that one thing that I say, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any sense why you keep doing this. I'm not doing it. It's you. Listen, Dave. It doesn't make sense. Your vocabulary, when I speak to you, you're always looking for an argument. You're always making it an argument. So why do you make an argument out of nothing when we're not even really together? Well, because we sort of are. Well, why do you keep looking for arguments then that keep splitting us up? So what it takes is self-admittance. It means, okay, instead of looking at the other person being the problem, do I actually have to look inwardly and think, you know what, am I the problem? Right? That's learning. That's like, am I prepared to drop my ego and say, fair enough, I'm not perfect. Okay, there are things about me that I do need to work on and I do need to look at because I've accepted the fact that it isn't your fault. Because I run off at the mouth before I've even thought about anything. I've run straight out the deep end, straight into, like a bull in a china shop, run straight into it without even thinking, okay, that it might not be the other person's fault. Why do they need to sit and listen to me arguing with them? Do I really need to tell this person that it's their fault? Because the moment a person tells a person, the other person automatically closes down. If a person comes at someone with a 5 of wands, the other person automatically stops listening. The other person gets annoyed because the other person isn't listening. And then they wonder why. And then it goes around and around and around. You're like, well, why do you not want to listen to me to complain? Who the fuck does? Who does want to listen to anybody can complain? So it comes down to like, do you love me for who I am and what I am? Because this is me. Right? It is me. This is who I am. I ain't never going to change, and neither are you. Right? So what do we not mix? We don't mix well. Okay. Maxwell Silver Hammer. Right? It just doesn't mix well. Okay. So someone here, I'm not saying all of you Virgo before anybody jumps down my throat. Some motherfucker up in here thinks that a Virgo is looking for an argument or a life path 9. I'm sorry if that is what the other person thinks, but that is what it's showing me. The other person thinks that someone here is constantly looking for an argument. Okay, picking fault. at someone. Okay, no, it doesn't have to be you, but normally when you're in an argument with someone, you will think that it's the other person. Because they'll be saying there's no point in even fucking talking to you, because every time I do, you always say that it's me anyway. So what's the point? If you're just going to pick up fault and say that I'm at fault because that one thing that I didn't do, I didn't ring you up at 9 o'clock. I said I was going to ring you up at 9, and I'm sorry, I rang you up at 5. It's like, what? Right? So it's like, I was supposed to ring you at 9, but I didn't, and I forgot, and then I rang you at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, sorry I was late. Well, that's not fucking good enough. Why? Because, well, we made plans. Yeah, well, I might not be. I might be a fish. I might just like to be very spontaneous and go with the flow. Go with what's happening. You know, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I know I'm up for that. Are you up for that? Yeah, I'm up for that too. Okay, well, so do you want to make a plan? Well, we can, but if I end up letting you down, I can't guarantee that that's not going to happen if life's going to stand in the way, but I can pencil it in at least. But then when the structure of 5 says, no, we made a condition, we made a pact that we are supposed to do that. You said you were going to do it, and you didn't. Structure. Loves to live by a routine. Gets up the same day, does the same thing. Goes to work, same thing. Makes a plan. If the plan fails, that's Hannibal Lecter, or Hannibal, whatever his name is, right? I love it when a plan comes together. I don't. Because when it doesn't, you moan at me the fact that I made a commitment and said that I can, but unfortunately other circumstances said that I can't. So you love to arrange things and plan things when I'm not really a planner. I like to just go with Morgana, okay, or Anna, or Annie, or Annabelle. But I like to just go with the flow, right? I'm a fish, right? So I do not like conflict. Why? Because conflict to a fish makes them feel as if they're swimming upstream. That there's fights. It's tiring. It's draining for a fish to fucking keep doing that. It's like a salmon. I don't want to keep going upstream and having to keep travelling over towards you and picking you up, coming over to see you all the time. Why do you never come over and see me? Why do I always have to put the effort in to travel to you? Why can't you do that? Why can't you bring the kids? If you've got kids with someone, why can't you bring them over? Why can't you take them to school? Why can't you fetch them? Why can't you pick them up? Right? Why can't you do it? Well, I don't have a car. Well, that's not my fault. Okay. But again, a fish, if doing that, will soon be like, fuck, I'm letting go of all of this and I'm just going to start swimming downstream and you're not going to be able to catch me up. Because I cannot keep fighting you against the tide when I would rather, the tide is high, but I'm going on. So it might be Blondie. I'm gonna be your number one. Number one. Okay, so yeah, conflict on the horizon there, Virgo. Event horizon, something to do around Aquarius or a Leo, which is an 8. Something is on the horizon. It's on the event horizon. Is it? It's on the horizon. Reason, Reese, Ricky, Rashad, Evans. It's on the R's. Don't know. So I'm going to call it at the moment. So Steve, so if you would like to, okay, I'm going to do you this. Okay, so we're going to have this camera here. Going to get another card here and then a full table spread. All clarified and telling you what you've got coming up and the outcomes of this month. That is literally only $3 or $4 in order to be able to join the bronze tier to get that. That's all 12 star signs within your star sign and numerology, meaning if you have numerology placements of, say, well, I've got a Gemini moon, so I can watch Gemini and Capricorn readings, and there's a Life Path 6, yeah. So you can watch a hell of a lot of them and put all the pieces together and figure out what's going on and who it is, whether it be you or whether you're being gaslit or someone else, okay? But it will be the truth either way, okay? Well, what I see anyway, what I see of the truth, I'll give you if I believe it's the truth. So some of you could be lying or lying to yourself here. Or someone is lying about a commitment that they're in. But anyway, if you would like that, you need the bronze, silver, or gold tier over on Patreon. The bronze tier is $2 or $3. That's all the monthlies. Silver is all of the monthlies, all of the weeklies. And the gold tier is all of the monthlies, all of the weeklies, and all of the teaching videos. And there's about 75 over there that are very informative, showing you about conflict. All sorts of stuff is over there. Okay, it's very informative if you've followed me for a while and you know what I'm like. If not, and you want to join the button below, that is where you will get a personal reading when I'm live. Okay, so when I go live, you say, "Hi, Steve, you're live," and I go, "Hello, everybody. What's your name? Okay, what's your question, Steve? I've just wondered if this dickhead is just really actually seeing someone else, and blah blah blah. What is his thoughts and feelings about me? Very quickly, my name's Anne, and I want to know this. Bam, there you go, done. Next, live, and you get all of those. $2 or $3, bruv. Don't cost much, and you can have as many as you want throughout the month, as long as everybody else is getting seen to as well. Okay." And then I also do deceased loved ones, channeling for your mother, your father, your grandfather, your brother, your sister, whoever you've lost in your life. Chances are that I can channel them at certain points, but that is not as many times throughout the month as it is, because it's very tiring and draining doing personal readings, YouTube, Patreon, free readings and everything else, and personal readings. So the channeling the deceased is now and again, but the tarot readings is more often. Okay, but again, it's $2 or $3. That's the join button. It's different than Patreon. All links are provided below. Please make sure that you smash that like button as many times as you can. Well, only once. If you're going to dislike it, just hit it twice. If you're going to like it, hit it once. Okay, crackerjack. And then leave a comment, all that sort of stuff. Share, like, subscribe. 35% of people do not actually subscribe. They just watch. If you are one of those people, please make sure that you get an account and you watch. You subscribe, because it really helps me out. Okay, if you help me out, I help you out. If there's a lack of interest in Virgo, then you will only find the weeklies over on Patreon. Okay, so, but they will always be on Patreon. All right, guys. So thanks very much. Really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you soon.